Hey everyone, welcome back here. So I'm actually outside right now. I'm actually dressing the tires on the Equinox, and the tire dressing I'm using is from Detail Co. We're going to take a look at their Guardian dressing here. I'll be up front. The guys actually sent this over to me to really not just to use it and provide thoughts to them, but I'm going to put it on video, and that way it's easier for them to see what my results were, and plus you guys can actually share on the experience from the product itself. So this can be used on trim and tires, and on the bottle it says right here that you can dilute it. So if you want to use it straight up for gloss, use it neat, 1:1 for semi-shine, 4:1 matte finish. The only thing missing from here and on the website it says 10:1 for interiors. That's the only thing that's missing here, and on the website it's missing the 1:1 dilution where it says for semi-shine. So there's an inconsistency there with that aspect. Maybe they can fix it. We'll see how that goes. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to dress the tire. I'm going to use it undiluted here because I want to see how it looks, and then at some point I think I'm going to try it for at 1:1. I do have a bottle mix up 1:1. Maybe I'll just split this tire right now in half so you can see I actually already hit the tire on the other side, so my applicator is a little dirty. This applicator here is actually a coating, the foam from inside the coating saver applicator. This is what this is from. I just cut them up and I save the foam piece that's in there. So let me just go ahead and apply some in here. I'm going to shake this, and then we'll apply some here, and then I'll put you on the cart here just so you can check out the application process. Let me move some things around, and I'll put you down here and I'll adjust the camera. So I think just talking to you guys right now on camera, I think what I'm going to do is on the right of the hash here, the small hash, I'm going to put the undiluted tire dressing. So if I'm looking at it from this side, it'll be on my left hand side, and once it's on the bottom. So again, yeah, so the small hash here with the rotation arrow pointed this way, we'll do the undiluted dressing here. I think that will work out just fine. The only thing that's bad about these smaller blocks is you can't put too much dressing on there because it's a smaller shape here. So I'm gonna have to reload this quite often. And on the valve stem down here, this will be my actually I'm going to blend them in. This will be my midpoint here. And what I mean by that is that's where we'll see if we see any difference between 1:1 and undiluted. So now for this one, I'm going to do 1:1. It's in the spray bottle here. Now I'm just going to spray some into the applicator. And then we'll do the big hash mark. We'll do right where the split is at right here. We'll do 1:1. So this will be my 50-50 line right there. So I don't know if it's going to dry. Unfortunately, I don't know if it's going to dry on the tire. You can see that the undiluted side is actually kind of setting up already. The side that I use 1-to-1, unfortunately, that it's just staying too wet. I think I'll bring you in closer. I'm just kind of clean up the bottle here because this bottle doesn't seal very good. Let me bring you in. So again, this is the undiluted side. So yes, it does look a bit glossy. We'll see if that kind of tones down a bit. And then the 1-to-1 side, you can see it's still a bit runny. I'm gonna have to probably wipe this up because it's just not drying on the surface here. If I can get this to kind of dry off, but I think that's what it's gonna be there. But that's what the looks like here. So it does look a little glossier. I'm gonna have to come back and wipe this. I'm gonna have to level this. I'm gonna have to go grab a towel right now and level because it's not gonna dry. Okay. Yeah, it's just not gonna dry. You can see it's gonna take forever to kind of set up here. And you're gonna want to wipe it down because if I'm applying it to these tread patterns like this, I am gonna get sling. So kind of keep that in mind. If you dilute it at 1-to-1, you're probably gonna get sling if you don't take care of that. But it's starting to dry. It's actually starting to dry. So I'm gonna let this kind of set up, but that's what it looks like. So I think you can actually see that this does have a semi shine appearance to it. So for those of you who like that look, when we cut it 1-to-1, this is what it looks like undiluted here, straight up. So it does look a bit glossy. The other thing you want to do is maybe you wipe it down if you want to knock it down. If you don't want to go through the dilution aspect, you just wipe it down with your towel and you're good to go. So that's what it looks like here. I think they both look great. I don't know how 4-to-1 would look. I think that might be too matte, but maybe I'll try that down the road. But I think this looks great. So maybe one thing you might want to do, I'm going to put the camera back so you guys can actually see what this looks like. I don't mind that. I don't mind that. I can knock this down with a towel, but it's actually dry, pretty much dry to the touch. You shouldn't get sling from this. You can click the inner tread on there. Here it's starting to dry as well. So we're gonna just let that do its thing. So I'm gonna turn this around and we'll kind of chat on the final thoughts here as we talk about Guardian tire dressing. So what I think about this, again, I think so for me, I'm a fan of water-based tire dressings. That's just me. I prefer them over solvent-based tire dressings. Again, that's just my personal preference. But the thing with water-based tire dressings is that they don't last long, so you're gonna reapply them pretty often. Is that a bad thing or a good thing? Again, that's personal preference. For me, I tend to apply them after every wash. I reapply the same tire dress. So if I'm staying with Guardian, I will just reapply this after every wash. The benefit to this is you can cut it 1-to-1, and so you can use this undiluted as your base layer just to form that foundation layer, and then you would come back with your diluted bottle of, say, 1-to-1 in this instance, and in every wash you can top it off, and all you really need is soap and water at that point. So I do the same thing when I use like Carpro Pearl. I do the same type of thing where I would use the undiluted for the base layer, and then I would maintain it with 1-to-1 going forward until I was ready to clean the tire and try something else. But again, it's very simple maintenance that way. So again, for me, I'm a fan of water-based tire dressings. I just prefer them over tire coatings and solvent-based tire dressings. I did like the pan one, and I did like the one from Nexen, but those are not my preferred tire dressings. I've just never been a big fan of the solvent style dressings. But other than that, I think that's good. I think this shows you how this looks. It smells great too. I mean, even now I can smell it in the air, so it's still kind of lingering around. I think it smells great. So if you guys are interested in trying this, I will post a link to the House of Rags, and you can use my promo code to save you at any time. And then for the month of November, I think I'm gonna get this out before, I'm gonna get this in November. They are having a Black Friday month, 25% off every pretty much everything other than their towels, I think, are 20% off. And then eventually I think Armor Detail Supply, Naziol will go 25% off during actually towards the end of the month. So again, that's Detail Code Guardian. Overall initial impressions are really good. Again, I'm not too concerned about durability. It's gonna get me 2 to 3 weeks if it doesn't rain, maybe a week if it does rain. Again, not a big deal, not a deal break for me. I know what to expect from water-based tire dressings, but I think it looks great. And the fact that it's dilutable makes it more cost effective. And I think I am gonna try it on the interior of probably the Equinox. I'll probably dilute it 10-to-1 just to compare it to with like Car Pro 1-to-5 and see which one looks the best. So again, that's all I have. Post your comments down below if you've used Guardian. Let me know your thoughts. Are you interested in trying this product out? Post your thoughts. And at some point, I need to do an updated video on my favorite tire dressings for 2024. That'll include, I think that'll include everything. Water-based, solvent-based tire dressing. Thoughts are kind of just going in. So other than that, that's all I have for you. Thanks for watching. Catch you next one. Take care, everyone. Hey everyone, welcome back here. So I wanted to show you what the tire looks like the day after. So on this tire here is completely undiluted. So on the rest of the tires here, this one's undiluted, Guardian, so is that rear one, so is the other rear one. The other side on the passenger side is the one that has the 50/50 on it. So I'll bring you in real close here, and you can see how it looks in the sun. So it's not overly glossy here. I think it actually looks pretty great at this. Hopefully that kind of gives you an idea of what it's going to look like for using it straight here. Now I will admit I did have to come back and wipe it because there was excess in some of these areas here, so I don't want to get sling on here, so I did wipe it down. So it did knock down the gloss a bit, but I mean, I think it looks great. So I think if you apply it undiluted on the tire, let it set up for, I don't know, an hour or so, and come back and wipe it down. I actually wiped it down before I came on camera the day after, so I actually knocked it down quite a bit, but it looks great. It really has a real nice finish, because if I would have done this with my hands, it would have been on my fingers. And that's how much there was on there. So let's go look at the other side here. Now this tire here is the one that we did the 50/50 on here. Come down here, and you can see the 50/50 line right here. So this side's undiluted, this side cut 1-to-1. And hopefully it kind of translates on camera that we do have a little bit more gloss here versus here. So for those of you that maybe don't like that real glossy appearance like I had on the other side, you may want to just cut it 1-to-1, and it actually looks pretty good too on there versus this piece here that's straight undiluted. But I think it looks great. Down here I can't really tell where they're blending in here, so again I can't really tell. But again, I had to come back and wipe down a little bit here and a little bit here because I did have excess in like the grooves up here. Again, I don't want to get sling on there and make a mess. So I think it looks great here and here. So what I would actually do is I would actually use this as my base layer, the undiluted side, and then maybe like after like the first wash or second wash, I just maintain it with 1-to-1. And you can just keep doing that over and over and over, and that tire dressing will last you for a very long time. And then when you're ready, just deep clean it and start over. Or if you want to transition to another tire dressing, then again you deep clean it and you start over. But I think it looks great, even like this here. I think it looks really good. I think the gloss kind of makes the at least for the black wheels, it makes the black wheels stand out a bit more. Which actually looks pretty good. So if those of you who are interested in trying this, I will post a link to the House of Rags. You can use my promo code, it'll save you 10% off. But right now for the month of November, they're doing 25% off, so that'd be a good time to get this, and eventually we'll try it on the inside and see how this does. So again, hope this helps. Thanks for watching. Catch you next one. Take care, everyone.